As a result of reading the article, we would like to talk about renewable energy and non-renewable energy. Among the renewable energies, what we can easily access and commonly use is hydroelectric power generation. There are several types of hydroelectric power generation, such as power generation using water drop, using water flow, using tidal difference. These methods have the advantage of being able to obtain a certain amount of energy regularly using the sea or river, but they also have disadvantages. The dam, a representative example of power generation using height difference, has the advantage of being able to generate power while storing water, but it can have a great adverse effects on the ecosystem because it blocks the flowing river. Therefore, it is good to introduce renewable energy as a way to replace fossil fuels, but I think it is necessary to minimize the impact on the ecosystem by using various methods together.
I want to talk about solar energy. Solar energy is more sustainable and cheaper compared to traditional power plants that uses coal. The resources like coal, gas, or oil will eventually run out in the future, but sun, which is a nature's resources, will constantly replenish. By using the solar energy, it decreases the pollution as well as the costs. However, it is unpredictable. This is because the dependency on time and weather is very high. Also, it is true that solar energy is cheap to maintain, but the initial cost to build it is very high. Like battery of it, it's really costly. Lastly, the waste made from solar panels are hazardous. This is because the waste is very toxic to humans. Still, the problem of solar energy can be solved in the future if we are mainly developing renewable energy compared to non-renewable energy.
Okay, so now I want to mention about non-renewable energy. There are lots of types of non-renewable energy, but I want to specifically focus on one type, which is called nuclear energy. This is a type of chemical and physical reaction called nuclear fission. Uh, and in this reaction, atoms are split into more smaller atoms and releasing energy at the same time. And this energy is used to heat water to make steam, which is used to spin some large turbines that generate electricity. And there are some advantages and disadvantages in using this type of energy. And one advantage is that nuclear power, in nuclear power, as heat and energy production efficiency is very high, not much of fuel is needed, and therefore not much of costs are needed. So it's financial friendly. And however, one serious disadvantage of nuclear power plant is, which is already well known, which is that large scale accident can occur as the produced radiation is too large in magnitude, therefore can cause serious catastrophes. And I think once scientists and engineers invent and develop some efficient ways to control nuclear radiation in a safer way, it would be the very first type of energy to replace any other types of energy sources or fuels, as it has large enough efficiency and energy to operate rockets.
Then I'm going to talk about the most representative non-renewable energy, oil. In Korea, oil is widely used, accounting for about 50% of the final energy source as of 2018. Then let's find out how oil is being used. Oil was initially used to illuminate light, and oil has rapidly expanded its role as a transport fuel and as a raw material for the petrochemical industry. As such, petroleum is closely related to food, clothing, and shelter by providing basic materials for petrochemical products that make various daily necessities as well as fuel used in everyday life. Recently, as environmental problems have emerged, other new materials have been developed and the disadvantage of not easily decomposing plastic made of oil had been highlighted, and the era of plastic seems to be over. However, with the emergence of various plastics expressed in functional polymers, the use of plastic has become more widespread.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.